This is Nooresha Kably, who is currently working as the chef and director of IZUMI, which is a Japanese cuisine restaurant based in Mumbai. So, Ms. Nooresha, can you give us a brief on how IZUMI started?
So, uh, salmon for you. But sorry, I can't send it to you in the Zoom. I mean, in the meeting. That's just for you to see. So I started in 2012 uh, when I decided that I'd had enough of a pregnant pause, which was super long, and my son was growing up and he was old enough to manage on his own. I decided to start working. And my husband had this restaurant called Zenzi, which was shutting around that time. So we thought, let's take a few guys from there and get started with something in food. Because I've always, I mean, to be working in food, you need to be a foodie. So I've been a foodie all my life. And it just, over the years, got a so food and travel and lifestyle, everything became one very important, passionate thing with me. So it just made sense for me to work with food. And I thought it would be better and fewer hours than the garment industry. So I thought, all right, let's get working with the guys from then. So we started off doing festivals, wine and beer, then celebrate Bandra, and then by word of mouth, it got popular and became a delivery service and a catering service. So we did a lot of private parties, home parties, office parties, and it one step at a time, it grew really nicely without too much of an effort. Um, so that's the time Sushi Koi was born, and we deliveries all over Bombay. Went on for about a year or two, and then I decided now I needed to do a little more because in 2012, Japanese food was just getting into India, getting popular and all of that. So it was niche cuisine that had the potential to be exploited and tapped. So that's when I went to Japan and I enrolled at the Sushi Academy and I started to undergo the whole training. Every day we were given a different kind of fish. Um, some were really scary, like the eel, and some were just beautiful, like the sea bream and salmon, even the bluefin tuna. We worked with all these amazing fish, and we worked on cutting it, filleting it, making nigiri, and the whole sushi course. That's how I got started with. Then, in addition to this, I learned Japanese cuisine. So sushi is one part of Japanese cuisine. It's not all of it. There is a hot food and there's other cuisine, other stuff also that's available. But what I like the most about Japanese food is that it's extremely simple and it's very ingredient specific. It's not like dousing it with a lot of spices and flavors and masalas and taking away. Simple food, neat, beautiful is what I like. So that's what I learned. Then I came back and we started looking for a place for an outlet. And when I was there, I realized that one of the things that I wanted to come back and learn was the ramen. So after I set up and talked with my staff, the whole sushi thing, I went back and did an intensive course, not very long, but ramen course. Learning ramen, the soup from scratch, learning the noodles, getting it all together with the sauces and everything, and making it the true authentic way. That was a really fulfilling, enjoyable experience. So I came back, and that's when we started the small 16-seater IZUMI near Carter Road. And I had never ever thought that it would be such a success from the first day. And we were all extremely overwhelmed, happy, and very soon we realized that we needed a bigger place because that was not enough. And we started work on the other project. That's how we landed up in this premise. And we started IZUMI 2 in 2000, um, May 2019. We had a fabulous 9 run, and then we were hit by coronavirus. So right now we've turned the whole thing into, from a restaurant we've become a delivery and a takeaway service, and that's what we're operating. We're getting food across to a lot of people all over Bombay again, and we're enjoying this phase, whatever it is, hoping for it to change again to normalcy. This is my journey so far of how I got started with this.
So I think that's great, the story of how Izumi has begun. And hopefully, yeah, there will be a phase three because I really enjoy eating there. And so, how do you familiarize customers with the relatively new, in India at least, Japanese cuisine?
Okay, so like I said, the timing for us opening has been absolutely perfect. The awareness and people, I would say there's a percentage of about 65, 70% that's familiar with Japanese food or has read about it, is passionate about manga, or has traveled recently. So people are very aware about Japanese. Now, the ones that are not, they come very sheepishly in and say, "Oh, we've heard about this restaurant being so good, so we've come to try." And then I kind of take over and take them through the menu, start off with simpler tasting food, definitely not sashimi and raw seafood, because you cannot just start from 0 to 100. You need to give them a little time. So we discuss the ingredients, the kind of flavors they like, and we suggest the other warm food or salads. And that's how we get them a little more comfortable with Japanese flavors before giving them the main core food.
Okay, that
And
sounds
at
like
our restaurant, we have kinds of food for different palates. There's the whole cold food section, there's the hot food, there's ramen. So people that are comfortable eating noodles, they go for the ramen. And there's also the grill, the yakitori, which everyone in India is familiar with kebab. So that's a Japanese kebab thing.
okay.
Familiarize people. It's not been so difficult, not such a challenge.
Resha, thank you so much for your time and good luck on your venture.